Well, a good Tuesday evening to you. The wind not as strong today, but we still had some decent wind gusts. Remember yesterday, 50 to 67 mile-an-hour gusts in this area. Today, topping out a little bit better, but still windy, 40 at Portland and Corpus Christi, and in the 30s right along the coast and inland today. So the wind is still blowing out there. We've got a 31 mile-an-hour wind in Corpus Christi right now. That temperature at 83, and with those winds coming in from the southeast, we have the humidity out there as well. So it's rather windy. We've got a lot of sunshine, some clouds right along the coastline. So as you head out the door this evening, the wind, it just keeps going. We're going to have a windy evening, and we still have an isolated storm chance, but that chance continues to decrease as we get into the evening hours. Today, we had that same setup. We have that warm, humid air coming in off the water, a dry line sitting across west central Texas, and when you have moist air running into dry air, the moist air is actually lighter. It's more buoyant than dry air, and it rises, and it can cause storms to develop. At the same time, we have an upper level wave pulling across the state. So that has caused some storms to develop. The highest risk has been to the north. In fact, the severe potential here is from Austin, you see, to Dallas in that enhanced risk. But as you go to the south, it really drops off. For us, just a marginal risk, and that means just an isolated, at best, severe storm for this evening. And if that happens, damaging wind and large hail would be the main threat, still a very low tornado threat. So we have had some reports of storms to the north. For us, we had our rain this morning, but this afternoon it's been pretty quiet. But as you go to the north, look at that line. We've had a couple reports of tornadoes near Bell, Texas, and Bell County rather. We did have some to the west of Waco, 2 reports of tornadoes and a lot of hail reports with those storms as they continue to track across Interstate 37 right now. Meanwhile, to the south, we've got some storms developing, but it looks like for us, all of this may stay just to our south. I was watching. Some of our forecast models were indicating some of these would develop to our west this evening, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Nevertheless, I'll keep an eye out. In the meantime, this is what one of our forecast models is showing. You can see this evening showing that activity I just pointed out staying to our south. So that looks like that's the most probable, the most solution here for the evening, and we're going to probably miss the rain completely. Overnight, can't rule out a couple of little showers that may develop again in that very humid air. You see how the clouds return for tomorrow morning? Then watch the change. We may have clouds in the morning, but boy, it's going to get sunny and hot in the afternoon. The air is going to dry out. You see that wind shift to the north? We've been through this a few times in the past couple of weeks, and that's going to cause the humidity to drop considerably, and with that we're going to have a high fire danger tomorrow in our inland areas. Look at these temperatures. We're talking near 100 degrees for highs tomorrow. That's near Alice, 99, Robstown 99, 98 Beeville, 100 at Falfurrias. So a very hot day, critical fire weather at the coast, rather breezy and warm at the beaches tomorrow in the 80s. Now we do have a red flag warning for brush country, including Jim Wells County, Live Oak, Duval and westward until 7 o'clock tomorrow evening because of that low humidity. Any fires could spread very quickly tomorrow. And we also continue with our winds. So we have a small craft advisory in place right now, and that is until 4 in the morning. We also, if you're planning on hitting the beach tomorrow where it's going to be sunny and warm, watch those rip currents. We have a high rip current risk through tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So what about this wind? Basically, we are going to see a rather windy evening. The winds are going to stick with us into tonight. Tomorrow, though, they come down a little bit as they change direction, and then they're going to pick up again. Thursday, it's another windy day, and as the wind comes back off the water, we go from the 90s back into the lower 80s, and then start warming up again this weekend. It looks pretty dry. Only a stray shower chance Friday and again Monday.